You listened to the show yesterday. You know, I gave a rather extensive discussion relating to the desire of the Trump administration to place onto the census a question relating to citizenship. Quite a few developments. We had the Supreme Court ruling, and then we talked yesterday about the ongoing effort within the Trump administration to try to include that question. And the particular issue that I touched on yesterday, I want to fill out today and tell you what happened. So after yesterday's show, or I guess during the show, there was a hearing in which the federal court judge, an Obama-appointed federal court judge, made a ruling on the motion of the Department of Justice about whether they, the DOJ, could switch attorneys within the Department of Justice from one set of attorneys to another set of attorneys. It did require a motion to be filed, and the plaintiffs in this case, the people who don't want the question on the census related to citizenship, oppose the Department of Justice effort to have that, to be able to make a change about the attorneys inside the DOJ representing the government on the census question. The Obama-appointed judge ruled yesterday against the government, against DOJ, saying they could not change attorneys. To be precise, he said the DOJ had not provided sufficient justification or reason for why the new attorneys should be, why the DOJ should be permitted to appoint new attorneys. So that is where it stands legally. I want to mention a couple other quick things about it. One, Attorney General Barr did tell the Associated Press that he had learned from a top DOJ civil attorney who was leading the litigation effort related to the census question that multiple people on the team, the lawyers on the legal team, preferred not to continue. So Barr is saying he's going to switch from one set of lawyers to the other. Court says no. And in addition, the judge, and again, this Obama-appointed judge, Jesse Furman, said that he didn't foreclose the possibility that the DOJ could make another motion. But he basically said the new attorneys would have to each, the ones who are going to be relieved of their obligation in this case, they would have to file and sign an individual declaration relating to why they wanted to be off the case. And then the new attorneys to be brought on in their place would also each have to file an individual statement with the court saying that they would guarantee essentially that their presence, their newly joined the team, would not delay the litigation. And so this is a judge coming down very hard on the Department of Justice. Really seems to be part of the effort to just foreclose every possibility of the Department of Justice getting this question onto the census. I shared this with you yesterday. I'll say it again today. I don't think, this is my surmise, no one has told me this, I don't think that Attorney General Barr is necessarily only acting because he thinks the present attorneys on the case are tired of it, don't want to do it, tired of the battle. I think he senses they're not with the program. I think he senses that they're not really on the side of the effort to fight for the effort to get that question onto the census, and he's looking for attorneys who will be engaged in the fight. One last note on this, today's first five on this question related to the census is that there was a statement put out by Nancy Pelosi just a couple days ago, essentially saying that the reason President Trump wants to put a citizenship question on the census is because it's racism. She points to racism. He's trying to make America white again. Just an ugly, nasty thing to say. So I'll make 2 points in response to her ridiculous assertion. Number one, citizenship is not racial. There's nothing about the characterization of someone being a citizen or not a citizen that is racial. It's not a racial category. It's just a question of your legal status. So it's not even racial to start with. But the other thing is so interesting. I mentioned yesterday the polling done related to how the American people think about it. America wants this question on the census. Even a slim majority of Democrats want this citizenship question on the census. Many Republicans and overall voters, but 55% of Hispanic voters in America support putting the question on the census related to citizenship. It's not racial, Speaker Pelosi. It is a question of having a clear idea of how many people living inside our precious country are citizens or how many are not citizens, which is what I really think this whole battle is all about. The American left is not at all interested in having the American people realize what number of people are living in this country with no legal right to be here.